another video. It's a little bit rainy today, but I still think we can have some fun. Today I'm actually hanging out with the brand new Mustang GT that just recently hit the Slovenian roads. I've driven a couple of these in the past, but this is now the completely new generation of the popular American muscle car. If we take a quick walk around, you can see how it actually stays true to the original shape of the car. But Ford introduced plenty of new aggressive lines and features, for example the front end and the updated headlights and bumper, as well as the booty. This one is finished in vapor blue, but you can also get it in a couple of other colors. Now obviously, under the hood, we still have that big old 5-liter producing 486 horsepower, of course, to the rear wheels. Now, for this engine setup, there are actually two transmission options available. Number one would be the 10-speed that this car actually has, so the 10-speed automatic transmission. And the second one would be the 6-speed manual. I've only driven this car for a couple hundred kilometers, so I can't really say if I love it or if I hate it, but I have heard a couple of very, very bad opinions about the 10-speed. It really started pouring down out here, so I decided to just hop in the car and go for a quick drive. This is how the brand new setup looks like. This is the new steering wheel, updated of course. Little edge cut off at the bottom here. Paddle shifters, interactive steering wheel. Of course, we have buttons everywhere. The newest thing I would say, or the most noticeable thing I would say about the car, is the infotainment display and the gauges that are now completely digital. Otherwise, you can tell this is a Mustang. The seats are basically very, very similar to what we've had before. The steering wheel, I mean, even though it's updated, it's different, but you can still tell it's a Mustang. So this is basically, I would say, the biggest update on the car. Not sure how I feel about the gauges, but I do enjoy this digital big screen thingy right there. Maybe just another word about the transmission real quick. So after driving this car for a while now, I do feel like I have this basic understanding of how it works. Like I've said before, I heard a couple of very bad opinions about the 10-speed, but the only real issue I see potentially with this gearbox is the fact that it has 10 gears. So if you're trying to drive the car in manual mode using paddle shifters, you're gonna be clicking quite a lot, you know, because trying to overtake somebody, trying to accelerate in manual mode, and you're, let's say, cruising in 10th gear and you want to go down to 4th, maybe 5th, you're clicking a lot. And coming from the previous generation before the facelift, the 6-speed gearbox, the gearbox that the red Mustang had from one of my previous videos, I think that is a little bit easier to operate in manual mode. But as long as you let the car do its own thing, I don't think there's an issue. It's very smooth, it's very responsive, it's you know, everything you'd expect it to be. Every single time I borrow a car, I really hate the next morning when usually the next morning when I have to take the car back. Because I just want to keep this thing for myself, to be honest. Final thoughts about the car that I've had now for 2 days, thanks to Avto Rajh here in Slovenia, in Murska Sobota. Saying that the Mustang got a facelift is an understatement. Improving exterior and interior looks while staying loyal to what the car actually represents is a true achievement in this day and age. The driving experience is fantastic. The car's fast, it's loud, and it handles pretty well considering it's on the heavier side. So another very amazing thing about this car is that it has a heated steering wheel. It has heated and cooled seats, and you can see the steering wheel icon right there. It's glowing right now, so I have it on. It's cold outside. A couple of soldiers just came by and said they love the car, so I let them sit in it, rev it out a little bit, and I really believe this is what the car community is all about. These cool cars that aren't you know, very common here in Slovenia. They bring people together, everybody, you know, giving me thumbs up, everybody loving the car, taking pictures. Bali. Here I am now, returning the car back to Avto Rajh here in Murska Sobota. Thank you very much again. This was our second collaboration together. So if anybody's looking to, you know, get behind the wheel of one of these, you should definitely give them a call. You know, they'll be very glad to provide you with an offer. They have great prices for weekend rentals, daily rentals, you know, whatever you want. So don't miss up on the opportunity.